my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, sometimes welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. What an incredible show it's been, and we are still out here serving you. I've loved this conversation. Let's dive straight back into it. Let's talk about shopping, yeah?
Yeah, man. And we're trying not to depress you this morning, I know, but this might do that. So whether you love it or hate it, shopping for groceries is a massive part of our lives. It's kind of one of the fundamentals, and some of us are loyal to one retailer of choice. And then some of us like the hustle of shopping around, you know, chasing the best deals, those promos, using our cards. Well, in our Money Matters segment today, we are looking at why and how we choose to shop where we do. So break it down for us, my friend.
Yeah, man, so listen to this, right? Are you, that's the question, are you the one specific retailer kind of person?
Okay.
Or do you make the effort to shop around and knowing that certain items are cheaper in certain areas?
Sure. That's a difficult one. I am loyal above all else. So once I do have an emotional connection to someone, but I've realized people do things, different retailers do certain things really well. So it'll be a quality cost thing sometimes.
Yeah.
And you get a bit more out of a better quality product. So you can spend a little bit more, but literally, like the people at those various shops, and you know who you are, will laugh at me because they'll know what I'm coming to get from there as opposed to what I got from there. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe it's a bit of both. How are you
I feel
loyalty
you the
first?
same hybrid approach as well. Like I've got my go-to where I have this sort of essentials, but I know as well, come end of the month, if you're looking for, let's say, petrol, I go to this place because it's cheaper.
The sausage
if I want
roll,
this,
you go there.
exactly. So you kind of figure out where your specialties are and you look forward to that. So it's a hybrid balanced approach. I like that. Here's another question for you though, right?
Okay.
So most retailers have reward cards and offer it in-store, like those in-store promotions that you get, right? So how committed are you to utilizing rewards and promos, and how does it affect the way you shop?
I use it as a standard now.
Yeah.
You have to. If you're not using it, you're missing out because everyone is incentivizing with great deals, great points back. And if you're kind of aware of that ecosystem, you can see which is better for the cashback, which is better for the petrol.
This is true.
My one particular points card is, I almost pay for all of my petrol with it now.
With it, oh,
which
nice.
it's a beautiful thing. Even if it's, I know I'm not really saving in the long run, it feels like I'm winning.
But it makes a difference when you're not, because I was this kind of guy that was like, I'm not a part of the system. And I just was like, cash is king. Yeah. And then I realized, hang on, I'm losing out big time here by not being a part of this. And I think you guys should pay attention to it as well, because you really are. There are some incredible opportunities. Here's another question, though. I love this one. Given the continuous inflation, right, we're all dealing with at the moment, have you changed the way you shop and cook at home? Have you started changing that? And what's the one way that you try to save money on groceries? Do you also look out for the specials?
Yeah, very much so. We're eating a lot more fresh stuff. So we kind of look for the long-term staples that you can buy at a better deal, and you know which shops are running those sorts of promotions, and look around, shop around a little bit. But I suppose it's worked hand in hand with it. Feels like all of us are more interested in being healthier, eating a little bit less, wasting a lot less.
Yes.
Now, so when I feel like, I use the term ecosystem all the time, but it kind of feels like everything's feeding into one notion of better health, less redundant spend, less wastage.
Yeah.
And it feels like, thankfully, for the first time, it's not us trying to drive this as some gratuitous paint over to sell a healthy idea, but it's the baseline. All of us are starting to think like this. How do we save money? How do we be more sustainable? How do we look at that bigger picture? So maybe the time has come.
I think the time is coming, and it's and that's the best part about it, because we're all getting educated, and we could do with this, man. I absolutely love this conversation, and here's a conversation that you should also be having with your people, with your Mensa. Have this conversation just like we are with everything else, because it makes such a big difference and allows you to find incredible deals like we spoke about now.
For sure.
You can't change the prices of groceries, but we can make the effort to make better money choices like we've just discussed. So whether it's branching out and shopping at different retailers to score the best price, or being more strict with our budget, NEDBANK offers you cash back to help ease the financial burden when shopping at leading retailers. So to find out all about this benefit and the specific details, visit nedbank.co.za and get your money back. Get involved.
You must be wondering how I got here, man. Enjoying Bomadi sushi, that you fucking knife over bubbles of sparkling water. But I didn't know they changed it, Joe. Because I chose NEDBANK, the bank that gives you discount upon discount in this country. I call it a bank with benefits, eh? Yeah. Value guaranteed. Seriously? Seriously.